Hi everyone, welcome back to Hooked on Golf. I'm Mitch Jurasich along with my good friend, former PGA Touring Pro John Abendroth. Good to see you back, pal. It's good to be back.
It's really great, and I want to thank all of our viewers out there who sent in cards and letters. It's nice to know we have a lot of friends out there.
Well, what have we got for our friends today?
How would you like to play a course like Augusta?
Oh, sure.
Pine Valley, Cypress Point?
You bet.
At Granite Bay, they've gone to all the trouble in the world to make an experience like that, and we're going to see all that just today.
Right here at Granite Bay?
Right here at Granite Bay.
Well, what else do we have for the viewers?
Well, we've got a lesson as we do each week, and we've got Grant Spaeth who will help us with the rules of golf as usual. And we're not just going to talk golf, we're going to talk football today.
With the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, Mike White. We have all that and more in a fast-paced half hour. Stay tuned for Hooked on Golf.
I don't know what the story is. The garage is made for the car. Why do dogs and all the junk from the house live in the garage? Why is that? Everybody on the whole street's like that. There's nothing in there that anybody's used in at least 5 years. And what's even worse is I don't even get the high-octane fuel that I'm designed for. Like Chevron Supreme with Techron. You're just like, you're nothing.
No premium outperforms Chevron Supreme with Techron. Chevron, simply smarter.
It's a pathetic existence, you know.
Now Super Lotto gives you another chance at big money. It's Super Lotto Bonus 7. Buy 5 plays and you'll get a free play for a chance at $200,000.
Jeez, there goes another Ford Contour.
That makes 3 today.
The Great American Ford Sales Event is going strong. Your Ford dealer's been so busy offering huge savings, like 2.9 financing for 48 months on Taurus and Contour, it's left the competition with too much time on their hands.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to get 2.9 financing on Taurus and Contour, get to the Great American Ford Sales Event now.
Yes, my point.
Your point, you hit it off the windshield.
You can hit it off the windshield.
No, you can't hit it off the windshield.
Hooked on Golf with John Abendroth and Mitch Jurasich is coming back for another brand new season of golf around the Bay. And if you have a specific problem with your swing or a question about one of the rules of the game, we want to help you out. Drop us a line and we'll feature the best ones in an upcoming show. Send your questions about your swing or about the rules of the game to Hooked on Golf, 901 Battery Street, Suite 204, San Francisco, California, 94111.
Welcome back, everyone. This week we are at Granite Bay, a place whose motto is golf as it should be, because this is a tribute to the principles of golf course architects A.W. Tillinghast, Alistair McKenzie, H.S. Colt, and George Thomas. They, of the 10s, 20s, and 30s, the golden era of golf course architecture. John, what is that?
Well, I think that's basically the era when the great golf courses that we know today were built. Augusta, Olympic Club, Cypress Point. And the group here, along with Mark Parsonen, who's sort of the great mind behind this project, they brought Robert Trent Jones Jr. in and tied all these theories and thoughts and memorabilia and things together, and they really have here a pure golf experience. Not just a golf course, but it's a pure golf experience. Really wonderful.
They even have quotes from those aforementioned architects on the benches as you go around. There's lots of history here, and they didn't move a lot of land like in the old days either, did they?
Well, again, that's where the great golf courses were just laid into the land. And as Bobby Jones says, that he can feel the land, and he knows where a good golf hole is and where the lay of that hole should be. And they've done that here very nicely.
And it's an Audubon Sanctuary golf course, one of only 3 in the country. And you start out on this golf course with a hole called Mulligan. And after I hit my tee shot there, John, I wish I had taken a mulligan, but I don't do that. And the hole, you know, even though it got me off the tee shot, it even still got me out of the trees, because my second shot through the trees, there was still all that water on the left, the big bunker. I almost didn't know what to do. And when I was in that bunker hitting that shot, I looked over and there were you. You almost drove the green.
Well, that's a good example in that you probably should have laid up off the tee with maybe a 5-wood.
Probably.
But yet, if you want to challenge the hole like I did, you've got the room there. Yet you have a short enough distance where if you're not quite up to speed that morning, you can take a 3 or 4 iron off the tee, still have a reasonable shot to the green. And when we got to that green, I think we both noticed very smooth greens. Another wonderful thing they've done there, the soft spikes, the plastic non-metal spikes, is something they've done here from the early days of their development here, and the greens are absolutely fabulous.
I think it helped me. I made a putt to save a bogey here on number 1, so I was off to kind of a slow start. If you think I was slow on number 1, you should have seen me play number 2, but we're not going to show you that. We're going to show you the big guy playing number 2. It's called Wake Up Call, and is it?
Well, it's really a good name, and as I've said several times, you need to get your attention span up early in the golf round. I hit a great drive there, and I had about a 4-iron to the green, to a very intimidating green. It sits a little bit high to the fairway, and it's a great golf ball. I hit a very good shot in there at about 20 feet. It's an excellent golf ball.
You go over to the 3rd hole, it's called Barn because there's a big red barn behind the green. It's not an old-time barn. It's made to look like an old-time barn. It's actually their work shed back there, and it can kind of distract you a little bit on this par 3, which is the only forced carry on the golf course.
Again, you get a little bit of intimidation factor there, but you got plenty of room long. And again, they've done some nice things here for the average player as well, so that if you are intimidated by the short part of the green, go ahead and blow it over the back of the green, and you got plenty of room there, a little kind of a bailout area.
Sure.
And you made a great Sandy there. I was very proud of you.
Well, I didn't hit the broadside of the barn. I hit the broadside of that bunker, and I did get up and down, and that kind of got the juices flowing as we went over to number 4 called Rabbit's Foot, a big par 5 there where a guy like you has a chance to get home in 2, and an amateur like me can enjoy playing that hole also.
What I was able to do there, I looked at the yardage book. Great yardage book here. It shows all the different things. Even the trees are numbered, so you know exactly which tree it is, and there's a little plaque on the tree, so you know exactly what tree it is for the yardage. I knew it was downhill, so I juiced it up a little bit on the tee shot, and I was able to get an iron there. Downhill, took a little of the distance off. It's a challenging but very playable par 5.
They didn't have my name on any of those trees, did they? Yeah, and for a guy like me, that I can't reach it, I laid up to a nice area, about 90 yards away, and a nice wide area to try to hit, but that whole hole takes everything towards the left. I was kind of standing that way, and I pulled it. It's what you would expect to do in a situation like that.
You didn't want to land on that beautiful bridge over there and nick up the mahogany.
No, didn't want to do that. We crossed that bridge to get to number 9 called Heroes Lake. And we mentioned that this is an Audubon sanctuary, and I'd like to apologize for depositing a golf ball in that lake. I wish I had that shot to take over again. But it does that to you. Bite off as much as you want.
Yeah, and we heard a story there. We were talking to Jim Leisenring, the very hospitable golf pro there today, and they are not allowed to use any kind of chemicals here on this golf course. So it's really interesting here how they have to really use proper care. They've had to use the proper grasses, and probably a lot more of manual labor out there to do care for the golf course.
Well, even the cart paths are made out of crushed granite. So with the local rule here, you don't have to worry about knowing the golf cart rule. You got to play them off of there.
And it's beautiful there as you come up that fairway, the beautiful statuesque clubhouse. It's really quite a setting, and I was glad to hit a nice tee shot there, hung my second shot a little right, and had a very downhill sweeping chip shot. I love holes like that sometimes.
It is kind of fun, and it's kind of fun for a guy like me to see a pro struggle with something like that. I darn near hit it in the water a second time, managed to get it up on the green and knock it around a few times, and
you did okay though.
Did okay after a slow start, nice middle, but what an enjoyable 9 holes of golf.
Boy, and I'll tell you, wait till you see the back 9. It's something else.
Well, that is it for the front 9. Later on in the program, we'll show you the back 9. But as always, it's time to fix your game. The Granite Bay Golf Club is located in Granite Bay, California, 90 minutes east of the San Francisco Bay Area. For Monday tee times, directions, or other information, call area code 916-791-5379.
Everybody expects that they're going to be the team to beat. And, the Dodgers feeling their oats right now, which doesn't bother us. The main thing about the Dodgers is, it's the first time they've had a winning record in 4 years. So now all of a sudden they're talking, talking a lot of trash, since they finally won. But, we'll let them talk. I think we match up pretty good with the Dodgers.
1 every 7.5 minutes, 8 every hour, 100 every day, 1,100 total. That's how many new vehicles have to go during the giant 4th of July Serramonte sell-down at the Serramonte Auto Plaza. So we need to make some absolutely unprecedented offers. Trucks from $88 a month, Neons and Sentras $118 a month, Ultimas and Gallants $188 a month. On-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. 100 a day must go, including today. So we'll see you today at the Serramonte Auto Plaza.
Announcing special savings on Armor All waterproofing sealer. Now for only $7.99 a gallon, you can protect the wood, brick, and concrete around your house. But hurry, this Armor All waterproofing sealer special is for a limited time only.
The best way to keep an eye on the competition. Every week, the Pennant Chase takes you around the league for a complete look at Major League Baseball. The Pennant Chase, Friday at 5, only on Sports Channel. Welcome to the Lesson Tee, brought to you by Orlamar Golf, makers of the new Diamond Ice golf clubs, the next generation.
John, what was that? What's this business?
Well, it's a little leg thing I'm working on for my students. It's going to help your game too. I've worked on you with this leg thing. You still don't get it.
No, because I stop my shots.
That's right. You got to keep it going. And we'll show you how this works. Come on up here.
All right. I have to do that?
Yep. And I got a little drill for you to work with.
All right.
Go ahead and set up like you're going to hit.
Here? Or
no, this ball's going to come into play here in a minute. So
okay. All right.
Get up and ready to hit.
All right. This thing's got me worried here.
Lift your heel up and step on it now.
Step on the ball?
Yeah, it's like you got your foot in the running block here.
Oh,
your foot is like an anchor. When it stays on the ground here, the rest of the body can't go to the target.
Well, that makes sense, but John, this feels odd.
Let's try this without a ball.
Okay.
So this will help you get off that heel sooner, so it's not like an anchor for the rest of your body. There you go. Let this come around a little more.
A little more?
There you go. Keep turning.
Look at this finish.
That's great. The viewers, you know that Mitch doesn't swing like this ever.
Well, but I'm trying to.
Al Geiberger has a saying that don't ever play a guy with a dirty right toe. He knows that if you get this working, you're going to be a good player. And you get 3 for 1 in my mind in this move. You get more leverage and power. All of you want to hit it further. I hear that all the time, and that's a great move for that. You also get better extension toward the target. As you stay down the target line with the legs here, your miss hits are even going to be more straight. And then thirdly, you get good quality hit of the ball by sort of kneeling down as you go through there. That's why a lot of your shots, Mitch, will kind of shoot off to the right a little bit.
Right.
So work on this leg stuff, and it's really going to help you with your game.
Okay. I'll give it a try, John. Wow.
Okay, folks, so you work on this like Mitch will. And now let's take a look with Grant Spaeth at the rules of golf as we do each week.
I think this is it right here. Well, I'm not quite sure with that mud on it.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing?
I'm going to pick up the ball. It's got mud on it to see if it's mine.
Mitch, anytime you pick up a ball, bring your opponent over so he can find out what's going on.
Oh, John, can you come here?
Sure. What do you need, a lesson?
Boy, do I. No, I got to pick this up. There's mud on it to see if it's my ball, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right.
Wait a minute, Mitch. You're about to pick up a ball. Think a moment.
Oh, mark it. Mark it. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right.
Good boy.
Okay, now let me get this mud off of here. Just wipe all this off here.
Wait a minute. What's going on?
I'm going to clean the ball to get the mud off.
No, you can't take all the mud off. You take off just enough so that you can be sure it's your ball.
Black mark there?
Okay. All right, there it is. That's my ball. Okay. Well, you know, this thing is all scraped up from that cart path back there. Can I take this out of play?
Well, it doesn't look to me like you can. It has to be visibly cut or cracked or out of shape. And
he plays those indestructible ones. It should be fine.
I'd have to rule that you play that ball.
Okay. Geez, I've really learned a lot here, I'm telling you.
Might land softer with that stuff on it. It gets up there.
Now, just let's summarize now.
Okay.
Anytime you pick up a ball, you mark it. And the second thing is you involve the other players so they know what is going on.
Makes a lot of sense to me, Grant. Thanks a lot.
Wait away.
I'm going to put this thing right up on that green. A little more.
Hooked on Golf with John Abendroth and Mitch Jurasich is coming back for another brand new season of golf around the Bay. And if you have a specific problem with your swing or a question about one of the rules of the game, we want to help you out. drop us a line and we'll feature the best ones in an upcoming show. Send your questions about your swing or about the rules of the game to Hooked on Golf, 901 Battery Street, Suite 204, San Francisco, California, 94111.
It's out there for AT&T customers, an irresistible charter offer. More movies and sports than you can imagine, and the service and support of AT&T. AT&T presents digital satellite television from DirecTV, up to 175 channels beamed right to your home. Just one call to 1-800-985-9200 brings it all to you. The latest equipment at the special price of $499 after rebate plus installation, with flexible payment options for AT&T customers. All you do is sit back and enjoy. Up to 55 pay-per-view movie choices every night, and some of the widest sports coverage in America, special events, and more. Call now and receive this AT&T special bonus worth over $150. One pay-per-view movie every week for a full 52 weeks free. Just one call to 1-800-985-9200 and you'll see, not even the sky's the limit. That's your true choice. AT&T.
You know, one of the beautiful things about Granite Bay, John, is that it's only about 90 minutes from the Bay Area. Right. There's a couple other Bay Area guys that made the trip up here. Longtime Bay Area personality, Bob Murphy, and the coach of the Oakland Raiders, Mike White. Hey, guys.
Well, how you doing?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hey, I got a question for you. Any money change hands out there today?
He's on about his fourth press.
And I'm on the green,
I'm just trying to maintain my humility.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good at that.
And your amateur standing, too.
What did he do? He won the, he was 8-2 after the first 10 holes, and then he went 0 for 5.
Oh, gee. We said we wouldn't ask that question.
No.
Is this a family show?
That came from Bob Murphy, not from Hooked on Golf. Hey, John, I know you handled the pressure of the PGA Tour. How about what this guy does?
What about strategy? 40 guys out there compared to standing up to a tee shot? What's the...
I tell you, I almost enjoy it more when I have total control over it, which doesn't mean that I'm a good golfer, but 40 athletes in the right direction, that's sometimes your margin for error is tough, but it's a challenge.
He's playing good. He made a couple of swing changes the last couple of days, and he's got it going pretty good.
Let's head up to the green and watch these putts.
Yeah, this will be great.
This could win the press for me, so you better check this.
Course here, huh?
Hey, listen, you know, something else I wanted to ask you is you guys had a tremendous offseason. I mean, with free agent signings, great draft.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're good at moving, Mitch.
Yeah, they're good at moving.
Very good at moving.
We're still in the process. I didn't know if this is on the way to Oakland or not from L.A. I found my way up here.
They made the North American Van Lines All-Star team.
I want you to notice all the jabs are coming from Bob Murphy. It's not Hooked on Golf.
Hey, I will answer your question.
Yeah.
The off-season was good.
Yeah.
Good acquisitions. You know, free agency, a couple of Dallas Cowboys who could add some maturity plus some winning, and then our number one.
Healthy.
Yep, that's right. And our number one draft choice from Ohio State.
Wow.
Ricky Dudley. So it's going to be a good year.
Any good golfers on the team?
Yeah, we got a Billy Joe Hobart, our backup quarterback, a scratch golfer.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So why isn't he out here sending in signals to you?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what to do.
He coached me and keep me going.
Did he? Okay, well, let's see. You guys are both here in two. Let me see you knock these things in. Look at this.
Easy does it.
Ooh. Guess who gets a lesson?
Quiet, everybody. Pressure on this putt.
Hold it down. May save him $1.
Oh!
In the middle. I don't believe that.
So much for that lock.
The old cellophane bridge.
Murphy.
I don't believe
you just lost the press.
That's going good.
My old friend John Swanson would say, what time's the eagle fly?
We don't have time for the tap in, but fellas, Bob, always good to see you.
Matt.
Thanks for being here.
Great to see you guys.
Thank you.
Best of luck to the Raiders this season.
All right.
You never know who you'll see at Granite Bay.
July on Sports Channel. The Giants make their way to the top as they host the rival Dodgers and the world champion Braves. The A's get busy with 11 matchups, including face-to-face battles with Will Clark and the division-leading Rangers, and Frank Thomas and the White Sox. After the game, Brian Weber hosts the Sports Channel Report, scores, recaps, and highlights from around the Bay. Every night at 11, check out Sports Channel Lite. It's how to make the game when you can't make the game. And when you want to know what those guys are really up to, it's Giants and A's Inside Pitch every Tuesday and Wednesday night. Get up close and personal with the newest Bay Area sports celebrity interview show, the premiere of Sports Channel Spotlight. And take a swing on the best greens around with the Northern California Team Golf Championships and the return of Hooked on Golf. All in July, all on Sports Channel.
It's been 25 years of love from Southwest to you. Just listen to the sound of those 737s above. You're hearing 25 years of love, and it's been 25 years of love, the kind of love that's true. 25 years of love from Southwest to you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Back Nine. Now before we go any further, we should tell you that we always make an effort to show you golf courses that you can play. Now Granite Bay is private, however.
Well, this is still one of those courses. As part of this whole package of things that they've done just right, here it's open to the public on Monday. And not just to these charity tournaments that you see at other country clubs. You can come out here and play on an individual basis at a very, very reasonable price. You'll owe it to yourself to get up here.
And you really should do it because we only have a half an hour and we can't show you all this golf course and you need to see it all. Like for instance, on the backside, we're going to jump right to number 13 called Granite. It's called that because there are lots of moss-covered granite outcroppings by the tee in the fairway down near the green. And John, I got to tell you, I got really lucky there. Playing a course for the first time, I hit a tee shot that went too far. It ended up in the garden spot, but I certainly wouldn't have tried to hit that there.
Well, that was a shot that was an example of one of those you hear on the tournaments on TV. That boy, if he hits it over in this spot, he's made a mistake. Well, you got away with a little bit of a mistake there, my friend.
I did. I hit an okay wedge. Yeah, I got it up there pretty close. Made the putt. Got a birdie. Really enjoyed that hole. That was a lot of fun. Then we had to go over to number 14, Ravine. And this is a big boys par 3 up the hill. Reminds us of another Alistair McKenzie hole down at Green Hills Country Club in the Bay Area.
That's right. Where a friend of mine won a Buick this year, by the way. I'm not going to forget that, Nick Papageorge.
Okay.
That hole there is a good example where you've got about 6 sets of tees. And they've done this on a number of the holes out here where, as we'll find later on, that the different tees give a whole different perspective of the hole. And I was hitting an uphill 2-iron there to a very small green, and it's really quite a challenge there. Got to have your wits about you. Don't get intimidated by all the trouble there.
Get a nice chip. Little tricky par putt for you there.
Sweetheart.
You managed to get that in.
But thanks to those soft spikes, flat green, I made a good stroke and the ball went right in.
Yeah, we didn't hit a spike mark all day. Well, then we went across the bridge to the bridge hole, a real long par 5 where I really like this because I got like about 80 yards on you right from the start. We both hit good drives and it was fun to be about this much past you anyway.
You drove it right by me there. I was proud of you.
Yeah, right with an 80-yard head start. Good hole.
Well, again, we were way up on top of the hill for the back tee, and again, very spectacular look, very natural lay of the land. You can't build that mountain that they put in there to build it here. It's a natural point. Very wonderful.
Laid up there, nice little wedge into the green. You know, it's very comfortable on the par 5s here for somebody that plays like I do. Had a nice putt there again for another birdie. The lessons are working.
Sure, and what they did there was interesting is that they know that a lot of people are going to get close to that green in 2. So the green is more difficult looking than it really is. The bunkers are tightly notched in, and really from the spot where you were, all you could see was the lines of the bunkers. And what they've spent a lot of time here is that when you're in a proper spot in the fairway, the bunkers line up nicely. If you're in the bunkers, they look very nasty, but they look very pleasant to the eye from the tee shots and the fairway shots. So again, they've gone to all the trouble of the world here to make this a great experience.
Well, I came off that hole with a birdie, so I was ready for crunch time. Well, I was ready when I was on the tee for crunch time. Reminded us of another McKenzie hole, the 16th at Pasatiempo.
Again, you got to hit a great layup shot there, down a little bit of a hill toward the ravine. And then again, you're hitting an uphill hole there. uphill shot. And what also came to mind here, as many of these classic golf courses, you don't have any flat lies like you might see on a sort of a mundane public golf course.
Sure.
Here you've got a lot of very supple little angles. You might be hitting a downhill 4-iron or a slide hill 3-wood. Very difficult. Nothing's much the same here. Very different shots.
Well, forget that. You've also got the ravine that I had
back there
out of that you're supposed to avoid at all costs.
I did.
Yeah, well, okay, well, good for you. But I made a birdie on the hole before.
Okay, good.
No, I got it out in a couple of putts, and I was ready to get out of Dodge there. I'll tell you what was really nice is after you finish the 17th hole here and you make this huge climb up to the 18th tee, the name of the hole there is Hang Time, and for good reason, because from the tee that you hit from, I mean, that ball's in the air a long, long time.
Well, the other name that they could call that is something like Top of the World. If it was a Disneyland ride, that's probably what it would be called.
Sure.
Huge run up to the top of the hill, and again, a beautiful lay looking down the fairway, and it looks like you could just touch the fairway there. But I had to touch it with about a 300-yard drive. Long, long shot.
Well, for me, the drive wasn't quite that long, but again, I couldn't hit a driver there, and I laid up with a 3-wood.
Smart.
Stayed back and got a 4-iron onto that green. And then when you get to that green, again, I can't emphasize this enough, no spike marks during the round of golf. Nice, smooth, true putts. We were both able to, even though I knocked mine past, made a good one coming back and finished our round with pars.
Well, it's wonderful. And again, we talked about the soft spikes. Jim, the pro here, had said a couple of times that may be one of the smartest things they've done here, is gone from, with the no spikes right along.
The making of Granite Bay. This took some work. These people did their homework.
Well, it's more than just a golf course. It's a true golf experience. And the moment that you drive in, you see the beautiful driving range, the look of the clubhouse. It looks like you're out on Cape Cod somewhere. Absolutely a great golf experience. Walking through the library inside, the Mackenzie Grill. It is just truly a place that you've got to come, and you just feel like playing golf here.
You don't have to travel the world to see all these things. You can just come here to Granite Bay, because these people talk to golf course architects, they talk to pros, they talk to designers, they talk to chefs. They brought a little something from all those people to this place.
And they've mixed it in. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back again, because I know there's a few parts of this I didn't get to.
The same with me, and it was the most enjoyable round of golf that you'd ever want to play. Come on up here and play Granite Bay.
We've got a bunch of people to thank as usual. Jim Meisenring, the golf professional here, was very hospitable. And Mark Parsonen, who has been the owner, one of the key owners, and really the mind and the brains behind this operation. Done a fabulous job, Mark. I'd like to see your other properties come together at some point.
And Bob Murphy and the people at the Robert Trent Jones Company, and our special guest, Mike White. For John Abendroth, I'm Mitch Jurisic saying we hope you stay home.